How you doing out there? This is John Wayne Mercure, the Sonneteer from beautiful Chandler, Arizona, talking to you in cyberspace forever. And I always think about these poor girls that got nowhere to go. Hollywood, those bunch of sleazeball, those bunch of communists, those godless people that think everything is around money and God is money and the government is God. And all you little people, you're not fit to live. And they make movies like Cuties, treating little girls like prostitutes. And that's what it's come to? Yeah. And that's what this sonnet is about. Sonnet number 945. Just think of it. To be a girl without a home. The name of this sonnet. It was the only coin she had. I never really thought about it. It's the only coin she had. To starve or to eat. To live or to die. No roof over her head. To be homeless. I mean, just to think about it. To actually be homeless. To carve out a bare subsistence living, to hang on in dire distress. Nowhere to hide, no one to care. A loveless, lonely existence, just a little girl. So a girl has to do what a girl has to do in order to survive. She has to swallow hard. She has to choke down the pain. She had to do unthinkable acts of desperation just to live, to survive. She has to wallow in filth, live in degradation. She's taken a really bad fall, a nosedive right into the gutter, a long fall downward, ticket to hell. You can't manage to get out. There's nothing to eat. You belong nowhere. You're living in squalor. You're learning to do without. Where's the Red Cross? Where's the charities? Where's all these people say they want to help? Well, the only coin she had. What does she have? No family, no education. She's a slow learner. She needed a tutor. There was no tutors. Loneliness can kill you deader than a gun, or so it seems. It hurts like hot torture. So she sells her body, small as it is. Rough hands upon her, abusing her, incessant shame. Going from man to man. Beatings. You can't even remember their names. To be cold. To be hungry. To have aches and pains. To have bad teeth. Your blue flesh is freezing from the snowfall. You've got raggedy clothes. It seems like you're unable to even breathe. Your feet are hurting. Your eyes are blurry. You've got no shelter from the winter storms. Defeated forever. Or so it seems. A world of perpetual disaster and harm. This poor little girl, born in a charity ward, state homes, foster homes, molestations, scorned, abused, shunned, mercilessly teased, slow starvation of body and spirit, deprived of love, poor, sad little girl, withering away inside her heart and soul. Inside her chest, fear strangles her little heart. It's emotional suicide. She doesn't know where to turn, nowhere to run. Overwhelmed social services, they can't help. There's too many that need help. Cold-hearted adults, they look away. They don't want to see. They see, but they don't see. Those who have eyes that cannot see and will not see and won't see and don't want to see. Cold-hearted adults. Despair is unbearable. The living dead. Disastrous social results. Throwaway children. Invisible. Cast aside. It's a terrible human waste. To know it, to see it, to ignore it, to not get involved. What an ugly disgrace. Not to even speak out. To say, why doesn't somebody help? It's written, I didn't write it, that there are no illegitimate children. Only illegitimate parents. That's exactly right. What kind of man deserts his son? What kind of man deserts his daughter, his own flesh and blood? They have casual adulterous sex. Unwanted babies. Nobody wants these babies. Not even the father and the mother. Think of that. That's a real sin is what that is. And people cover it up as other than something that's awful, cruel, carnal, bloodlust. Hate-filled relationships. They're not together because they love each other. They hate together just for sex. An endless cycle of pregnancies. Abandoned children. Cast adrift. No guidance. No stable homes. A child can't grow up in a home that's not stable. No, now they're growing up as savages, as predators, as serial killers grown, wanting revenge. Somebody's got to pay. It's somebody's fault. The only coin a child has to survive any way that it can, anything that's open to them. Angry children, rebellious, drugs, alcohol, crime, learning every single sin. Babies growing into wolves like Romulus and Remus with the wolves. Romulus and Remus, babies growing up to be wolves. Here's the law. Adapt. Because if you don't eat, you will be eaten. And a child earns that young. And if you don't, you learn it out later. That just to survive, you have to compete. You have to get out there. You have to learn. You have to know something. You have to have a skill. If you can't do that, you're not free. And these little girls that have nowhere, nothing to do but sell their bodies, it's all of us. It's our fault that happens. We can't let that happen to a child. We can be mentors. Each of us can mentor a child. I've mentored thousands of kids that are young, wonderful adults today. They need people to help them. They need to say, hey, how you doing? How can I help you? Is there anything I can do for you? How's your life going? How's your vocation? How's your job prospects? Huh? I do care. Tell me, how can we help each other? Can we forget being Democrats and Republicans for a second? I'm a radical Yankee Republican, and I believe in freedom and liberty. But you know, we got too many people that can't make it. What about these kids that can't read? We got to stop that. We got to put all this other crap away. And we got to help each other. It's almost too late. 8 billion people and we can't feed them. And if you think that isn't serious, you better wake up. 100 million Chinese in an army with AK-47s, and that doesn't scare you, you better wake up. All these kids that need help, and everybody needs help, and we got to reach out and mentor each other. We're all going to die. And we're all going to die anyway, but you know, what about your kids, your grandkids? What about happiness, the pursuit of happiness? What about freedom and liberty and free choice? We got to fight for that. And these kids, we need to help them. Thank you for listening. God bless us, everyone. Et te me qui vous aime.